Have you ever felt like giving up? Like no matter how hard you try, life keeps pushing you down? If so, this story is for you. It's about one young man's journey through struggle, rejection, and failure, and how he discovered that the real secret to success is hidden in the moments when you feel like quitting. There once was a young man named Daniel from a small village. He carried within him a dream far larger than his world. He wanted to become a writer. Not just any writer, but someone whose words could move people. Someone whose stories could inspire hearts across the globe. But dreams, as you know, don't come easy. Every morning before sunrise, Daniel sat with a candle lit beside his notebook. He wrote passionately, pouring his soul into stories, essays, and poems. He believed in his gift, but the world didn't. When he first sent his manuscript to publishers, he was sure they would recognize his talent. Weeks later, the letters arrived thin envelopes, one after another, each containing the same cold words. We regret to inform you. Rejection after rejection. At first, Daniel laughed it off. It's only the beginning, he told himself. But as the months stretched into years, as the pile of rejection letters grew taller, Tao began whispering in his ear. Maybe you're not good enough. Maybe your dream is foolish. Maybe it's time to give up. To support himself, Daniel worked odd jobs, carrying bricks at construction sites, cleaning floors, waiting tables in noisy restaurants. At night, exhausted, he still wrote, but people around him didn't understand. His friends said, "Why waste your time? Get a real job." His parents sighed. "You're chasing shadows. Daniel, be practical." The world was telling him to quit, and for a moment, Daniel almost did. One rainy evening, he sat at his desk, staring at his notebook. The pages were filled with unfinished stories, characters who never found their endings, dreams that seemed to have no future. He closed the notebook, pushed it aside, and whispered to himself, "What's the point?" That night, something happened. Daniel took a walk in the rain. He wandered to the edge of the village, where an old carpenter lived. The carpenter was known not for his wealth, but for his wisdom. Daniel often saw him carving wood, patiently shaping something beautiful from a rough block. Soaked and broken, Daniel asked him, "Why do you keep carving when it takes so long? Don't you get tired of mistakes, of failures, of wasted time?" The old man smiled, held up a piece of wood, and said, "Do you see this? At first, it looks worthless, rough, uneven, full of flaws. But I keep carving, cutting, sanding, day after day. Slowly, the beauty inside begins to show. Every stroke, every mistake, every failure is part of the process. If I stop too soon, I'll never see what it could have become." Life is the same. Dreams are the same. You must not give up before the masterpiece is revealed. Those words hit Daniel like lightning. He realized something. His failures weren't proof that he was weak. They were proof that he was still in the process of carving his dream. From that night onward, Daniel decided, no matter how many times I fall, I will rise. No matter how many rejections I face, I will not stop writing. And so, the struggle continued. Another year passed. More rejections came. Yet Daniel wrote more than ever before. He rewrote, refined, and learned from every no he received. His style grew sharper, his stories deeper, his voice stronger. One day, after his 100th attempt, something unexpected happened. A publisher replied not with rejection, but with interest. "We see potential in your work. Let's meet." It wasn't a full victory, but it was a crack of light after years of darkness. And eventually, after countless revisions and sleepless nights, Daniel's first book was published. It didn't become a bestseller overnight, but it touched people. Letters began to arrive, not rejections this time, but thank you notes from readers who felt inspired, moved, and changed by his words. Daniel had finally proven to himself and the world that persistence has power. Looking back, Daniel realized something profound. If he had given up that rainy night, if he had stopped writing after the first 100 rejections, his story would have ended in silence. His dream would have died before it had a chance to live. But because he refused to quit, because he chose to keep going when it was hardest. He turned failure into strength, pain into wisdom, and dreams into reality. And so, the message is clear. Never give up. Never stop carving your dream. Every failure, every rejection, every setback is not the innate part of the masterpiece you are creating. When you feel like quitting, remember Daniel. Remember that the darkest nights give birth to the brightest dawns. Your story isn't over yet. Keep writing it. Keep living Italiano. Keep believing. Because the power of never giving up can truly change your life.